Hey everybody, welcome to Study Guide 8. Global tracks, you can just hit G and it will show those. If you need to see more, we can control click on the global menu and we want to add signatures. In order to change the key signature, for instance, make this a little larger, we're just going to double click here and I want to change this key signature to F because the file we're going to be working with here in a second happens to be an F. Sometimes doesn't make a whole lot of difference what key you choose in Logic, but sometimes it does, and this is how you change it. Okay, to match the project tempo to an audio file's tempo, the best way is to use, it's really changed recently with the Smart Tempo feature in Logic. And so we're going to pull in a file here called Short Flight on a Fast Broom. And you can see as we've imported the file, our tempo is set at the default of 120, and the file editor here opened automatically, the file tempo. Of course, we could close that, just double click on this to open it again. And what we're going to do is listen first. You can see that the tempo is not anywhere near the metronome tempo at 120. So it appears to be a little faster than that. And so what we're going to do is, and this song was recorded without a click track. It's on my album called Hypnus Oasis. The song is called Short Flight Short Flight on a Fast Broom, excuse me. So I'm going to go down here into the file tempo editor and make sure maintain time position of all regions is checked. And then I'm just going to hit remove original tempo, recorded tempo, and analyze again. And it warns you that it's going to delete file tempo information, and this cannot be undone. Okay, and so now you see it's made a nice little tempo map. You can see that we stayed very closely around the 123, 124 there, but with some variations. And you can see it stays right with the metronome now, so that works really slick. Okay, I moved the file over to align it to the downbeat, and you can see the tempo map. And you can also change the tempo map now. I can also go and make a new tempo set and just have it all adhere to the same tempo, around 120. You can also add in nodes. I put a few in here just to test out the theory, and you can put in as many as you want, but I'm going to ramp it up here in tempo and then bring it back down. Pretty amazing for a track. Again, it was a jazz trio, just recorded without a click track, and now it's matching. I also did one more thing, which is I set a flex mode over here, and I used slicing. which seems to work really well. There's some mystery to all these flex modes, but for the whole band like that, the slicing seemed to work pretty well. And as long as you have a flex mode selected, an audio file will supposedly always follow the tempo, along with, of course, MIDI regions and Apple loops always follow the project tempo map, and audio regions with a flex mode selected will follow the project's tempo map. But there's a bit of an art to it, so it takes a little experimentation. Like I said, it's like, finding the proper or the best flex mode, for instance. Okay, we're going to learn how to make an Apple loop right now, and I just played in this little groove here. Here to fix that first note, played it a little bit ahead of the beat, so that's why we didn't hear it. And of course, I can select everything, quantize it. Would want to do that before I make it into an official Apple loop. Okay, I'm going to try just quantizing this to an 8th note. Okay, so that quantized up pretty well. Now, all you have to do to turn this into an Apple loop that you can reuse again and again and again and in different keys and everything is just drag it over here into the loop area and drop it. And then it asks you, okay, let's give this a name. I'm going to call it Bogle Groove number 9. And I'm going to say it's in a minor scale. It's a loop. Genre, I'll say rock blues. And instrument descriptions, we want to just add in keyboards, electric piano, and then single, you can say, what is it? Electric, intense, dark. I'll say it's a little dark. And those are just descriptors to help you find it if you search for it. And then create it. Now we can search over here for Bogle Groove number 9. And there it is. And we could use this and drag it on in. It'll create a whole new track for us and whatnot. So, pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do a speed fade, a little like speed up and slow down effect. And in order to do that, I've created a little groove here with the drums, which is just for background, and then this little vocal sample. Hey, hey, hey. Now, I'm going to maybe just move this over to 5. So you can, when I make a fade by just doing Control-Shift and dragging over the boundary, and do the same thing at the end. Now, the really cool shortcut is you can just hold down the Control key and choose slow down for the fade out and speed up for the fade in. And then you'll also see this is over here in the region parameters. So as I did that, it also did it over here. So let's check it out. So there you go. I'm sure you can find some fun things to do with that. Kind of the old record player starting up effect. That's pretty much it for this study guide. Just a couple of other little shortcuts that I use a lot with Microsoft Word when I'm making lead sheets for songs, which is very important when you're producing. And it's called superscript and subscript. So if I want to make a C7 chord, that doesn't quite look right. But if I select the 7 and do Command-Shift equals, it makes a great superscript. You also have to hit it again if you want to make sure that it's not on superscript. G, Command-Shift equals 7. So that's a cool thing with superscript. And if you want to make a subscript, it's just Command equals. So we just say 7. Put a little subscript down there. So that concludes Study Guide 8. I will see you for Study Guide 9. Thank you.